If a machine could think faster than you, feel nothing, never sleep, never forget, never doubt itself, why would it need you at all? And here's the second question, the one that should disturb you far more. What if AI isn't replacing your thinking? What if it's already changed the way you think, without asking? Today, we expose what artificial intelligence is doing to the human brain. Not in the future, right now. Here is the first way AI is reshaping your brain. And it started long before ChatGPT. Psychologists call it cognitive offloading, the act of using an external tool to do mental work your brain used to do itself. We offloaded memory to phones. We offloaded navigation to GPS. We offloaded calculation to calculators. And each time we offloaded a mental task, the neural pathway for that task grew quieter. A study from University College London found that London taxi drivers, who memorize thousands of routes, have measurably larger hippocampi than the average person. When GPS replaced that memorization, the hippocampus had no reason to grow. Now AI is offloading. Writing, analysis, judgment, decision-making, creative problem-solving. The neural pathways for those capacities are receiving less signal, and pathways that receive less signal grow quieter too. The average human attention span has decreased significantly in the last 2 decades. But here is what the research actually shows, and it's more disturbing than the headline. It's not that humans can't focus. It's that AI-powered content systems have been specifically engineered to prevent focus. Every notification, every recommended video, every algorithmically timed interruption. These are not accidents. They are the output of machine learning systems trained on billions of hours of human behavior. Systems that discovered exactly when your brain is most vulnerable to distraction, and they exploit that vulnerability every single time. The brain's default mode network, the system responsible for deep thought, creative connection, and self-reflection, requires uninterrupted time to activate. AI-powered platforms have made uninterrupted time nearly extinct. Here is a paradox that researchers are only beginning to understand. As AI becomes better at simulating emotion, at recognizing feelings, responding to distress, generating empathetic language, humans are having less practice experiencing genuine emotional complexity. You outsource emotional labor to AI chatbots. You receive algorithmically generated empathy. Engage with emotionally optimized content designed to produce maximum response. Real human emotional experience, the messy, unscripted, unpredictable kind, being replaced by frictionless simulation. The brain develops emotional intelligence through genuine friction, through misunderstanding, repair, conflict, and real resolution. Less of the experience it needs to build that capacity. Less of the experience it needs to build that capacity. Concern is that humans, concern is not that AI lacks emotion. The concern is that humans, immersed in AI-mediated emotional experience, may gradually become less equipped to navigate the real thing. Memory is not storage. This is one of the most important things neuroscience has established, and one of the most misunderstood. Human memory is reconstructive. Every time you recall something, you are not retrieving a file. You are rebuilding it, using fragments, context, and emotion. This reconstruction process strengthens neural pathways. It builds identity. It creates meaning. Now, when you outsource memory to AI, when you ask it to remember your conversations, summarize your experiences, tell you what you thought last week, the reconstruction doesn't happen. The pathway doesn't strengthen. The identity doesn't consolidate. There is emerging concern among cognitive scientists that persistent reliance on AI memory systems may alter not just what we remember, but believe ourselves to be. Here is the question no one is asking loudly enough. If AI writes your emails, your thoughts expressed in its language, if AI recommends your reading, your intellectual diet, curated by its judgment, if AI shapes your opinions through information selection, your worldview, filtered through its architecture, if AI mediates your relationships, your emotional life, guided by its simulations, then whose thoughts are you thinking? Whose opinions are you holding? Whose identity are you living? Philosopher Andy Clark calls this the extended mind. The idea that cognition doesn't stop at the skull extends into the tools we use. The most powerful cognitive tool in history is actively shaping your thoughts. The boundary between your mind and the machine becomes genuinely difficult to locate. The human brain evolved to make decisions at the speed of survival, fast enough to escape a predator, slow enough to consider consequences. AI operates at a fundamentally different speed. Decisions that took months now take minutes. Information that required research now requires seconds. Content that demanded craft now demands prompts. The brain has not adapted to this speed, and there is a growing body of evidence suggesting that cognitive speed mismatch, operating mentally in an environment that moves faster than evolved human processing, produces specific psychological effects: chronic low-grade anxiety, difficulty tolerating uncertainty, reduced capacity for deliberate slow thinking, a growing preference for speed over depth. We are not becoming smarter faster. We may be becoming faster in ways that cost us something we haven't named yet. Before we go further, everything we've discussed so far, the cognitive offloading, the attention crisis, the identity question, the speed mismatch, this is only the first half. Because in the second half, we get to the part the mainstream conversation completely ignores. What AI cannot do, what the human brain does that no machine has yet replicated, and what that means for your future. Subscribe right now. Turn on notifications. This is the video I've been building toward since we started this channel. In 2025, researchers at the University of Amsterdam published findings that should have made headlines everywhere. They studied a human cognitive capacity called affordance perception, the brain's ability to instantly and automatically read any environment for possible actions. You walk into a room. Your brain immediately calculates what you can reach, climb, move, use, without effort, without instructions, embedded in your physical experience of existing. They tested the best AI models available, including GPT-4, on the same perception task. The results? Even the most advanced AI was measurably, consistently worse. Not because the AI lacked data, because the AI had never existed in a physical world. The human brain doesn't just process information. It is inseparable from the body that moves through reality. This is something AI, by its nature. Let's go further. Consciousness, the subjective experience of being, what it's like to exist. No AI system has demonstrated consciousness, not because they lack processing power, but because consciousness appears to require something that cannot be programmed. The experience of uncertainty from the inside, the felt weight of a real decision, the awareness of your own mortality, creativity born from genuine suffering, meaning constructed from genuine loss. The human brain doesn't just process emotion. It is shaped by emotion, carved over a lifetime into something that no dataset can approximate. Every scar, every failure, every love, every moment of genuine confusion builds a kind of intelligence that requires actually having lived. This is not sentiment. This is the most important competitive advantage your brain has ever had. In January 2026, a paper published in Frontiers of Psychology made an argument that reframes everything. The author's central claim: the human brain has always co-evolved with its tools. Fire changed our diet, and our brains grew. Language externalized thought, and our brains reorganized. Writing externalized memory, and our brains adapted. By this view, AI is not an external threat to human cognition. It is the latest in a 3 million-year series of cognitive partnerships that have always, eventually, produced an expanded version of what it means to be human. The question is not whether AI will change the brain. It will. It already is. The question is whether we are conscious participants in that change, or whether the change is happening to us while we look away. So, what do you actually do with all of this? Not panic. Not reject AI entirely. That's not an option, and it's not the point. The point is conscious navigation. 3 things, backed by neuroscience and cognitive science, that protect your cognitive sovereignty in the age of AI. First, deliberate cognitive challenge. Use your brain for hard things on purpose, even when AI could do it easier. Not to be inefficient. To keep the neural pathways active. The brain strengthens what it uses. Second, protected deep time. Schedule regular periods of genuine, uninterrupted thought. No AI, no phone, no content. The default mode network needs silence. Silence is now a competitive advantage. Third, physical experience. The embodied knowledge your brain builds by moving through a physical world, by making things with your hands, by being present in a body, is irreplaceable. It is data AI cannot access. Your greatest cognitive asset is not what you know. It is the fact that you have lived. In 2026, we are not approaching the AI age. We are inside it. The children being born now will never know a world without AI. Their brains, plastic, adaptive, forming, will develop in an environment that no previous generation has navigated. They will be shaped by AI before they can consent to it. This is not a warning. It is a description of what is already happening, and it raises a question that every generation has had to answer about the dominant technology of its time. Will this technology serve human flourishing, or will human flourishing be reshaped to serve the technology? History suggests the answer is not determined in advance. It is determined by the choices of the people who lived through the transition. That is you, right now. Let me leave you with something that no AI system can generate. A genuine human insight, born from having actually read the research, felt the weight of the question, and sat with the uncertainty long enough to say something real. Here it is. Your brain is not in danger from AI because AI is more powerful. Your brain is in danger from AI because AI is more convenient. And convenience, not power, is what has always eroded human capacity. We didn't lose the ability to navigate because GPS was smarter than us. We lost it because GPS was easier than us. The threat is not that machines will outthink you. The threat is that you will quietly, gradually, comfortably stop thinking as deeply because something else will do it for you. And you won't notice it happening until one day you will need your full mind, and it will be less than you left it. We began with two questions. Why would AI need you? And the answer, the full, researched, neuroscience-grounded answer, is because you have something no dataset can replicate. You have lived, you have suffered, you have loved and failed and rebuilt. You have a body that has moved through a physical world. You have an awareness of your own ending that gives every choice real weight. You have the capacity for consciousness, for genuine subjective experience. That remains, as of 2026, something no machine has demonstrated. And the second question, what if AI is already changing the way you think? The answer, it is. But whether that change leads to cognitive atrophy or to the most powerful cognitive partnership in human history depends on one thing: whether you are a conscious participant in what is happening to your mind. You are more aware now than you were when this video started. That awareness is yours. No AI generated it, you built it. And that is exactly the point.